There's no going back.
King of the town.
Yeah, fam, what's going on? It's your man, VACAY-J, and yes, I'm back with another video. Absolutely, we are covering Bel Air today, episode 5. This is the recap. I'm going to do my best to go over all the great points. Before I do all that, definitely check out all the recaps that I've done prior to this so you get all caught up on everything. So let's break this down. What's going on with Carlton and Lisa and Will and Trey are beefing? Well, let's see. This is how it starts off. We see your boy Will picking up your boy Trey from the airport. He's excited. They're excited. But yeah, they're having a good time. Definitely good to see each other. But yeah, Trey is absolutely amazed by what he is seeing because it's outside of West Philly. And yes, he is absolutely amazed by everything that he is seeing. He's happy to be there. He's definitely happy to see Will. It's been a long time, and now that that guy is gone, the dude that was coming after them, they absolutely feel free. Yeah, Trey is definitely all about Will coming back to Philly. That's what he keeps talking about over and over and over. And yeah, once he steps into that house, he is like, wow, is this a house or is this an art museum? He is absolutely like blown away because, yeah, he's coming from West Philly. And he's probably never seen anything like this before. So Will is letting him know what this artwork is about and everything and really trying to put him on. Here comes Carlton about to go to lacrosse practice. And he's like, hey, what's up, Carlton? You know, what's going on, right? He's like, yeah, welcome to Bel Air, Trey, right? So, yeah, he goes to practice and, you know, Trey's trying to gig on him or try to play him. But Will is actually standing up for him. He's like, yo, he's cool, man. He got his own flow. So now we see Aunt Viv. And Aunt Viv is getting back into her art thing. And, you know, she just has a blank canvas. She's trying to come up with something. But she's having a creative block right now, right? She's having a creative block. Maybe she's trying too hard. Maybe there's just not the right energy going on. So, yeah, Will comes in with Trey, and yes, Aunt Viv is open arms, welcoming Trey to Bel Air, you know, to the house. And he's happy to see her as well. You know, now you got 2 Philly kids in the house. And he's like, yeah, my mom, you know, and my parents wanted to give you a gift. And come to find out, it's some fudge cookies, you know, from the block in Philly. And she's happy about that. Your boy Will's trying to get in there and get a little something too. And she's like, boy, get out of here. And yeah, you know, they're definitely happy to be there. Aunt Viv is definitely happy that he can come. You know, Will tries to skate off with the fudge cookies and Aunt Viv is not playing. She's like, boy, you better get back here. Stop playing with me. He's like, I'm just playing, right? So yeah, it's definitely a good vibe between the fam. Let's turn and see your boy Dwayne. He's playing this guy named Steve. He's the campaign manager. And he's saying that Uncle Phil is up in the polls. And yes, he's been going up, rising and rising and rising. And yeah, they're absolutely happy about that. Yeah, Uncle Phil is excited about it. A lot of great things he's doing, you know, reaching out to the community. He had that skate thing going on. And here comes Will with Trey to bring him to Uncle Phil, right? So he introduces Trey to Steve, the campaign manager. And yes, he introduces Trey to Uncle Phil. And Uncle Phil's excited to see him. He's glad to see him there and glad that he's safe and everything. And, you know, Uncle Phil is just like, I'm glad that you're all right. And everything's okay, right? Because he knows that he got shot and everything. And yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm good. You know, I'm better since getting shot and everything. And that's not what Uncle Phil was expecting him to say, but he says it right in front of Steve. And Steve is like, is there something I need to know? Is everything all right? You know, like he's the campaign manager. He needs to know this stuff. And Uncle Phil's like, nah, everything's fine. Everything's all good. He's like, in fact, what I've got is some VIP tickets to go see D-Smoke in concert, VIP backstage access and all that. So they're excited to take Will and Trey to that. So now we get a FaceTime call with Aunt Viv and Will's mom, right? And they're talking about Will and whether or not he's going to be coming home and everything. They're happy to see each other, But of course, Will's mom is really concerned. And she's like, how you doing with those two Philly boys now out there, right? So, Aunt Viv was like, yeah, everything is good. But she is really on some like, well, thinking about bringing Will home. And Aunt Viv was just like, well, hold on. Like, there's a lot of opportunities out here for Will that he's possibly can get into if he stays out here. What do you think about him staying out here? And of course, you see Will's mom's face. Look at her face. She is not happy about that at all. She's like, yeah, you're trying to replace me. That is my son. I'm still trying to raise my son, and I want him here with me. And Aunt Viv was like, I hope this is not about me and you. Let's not make it about me and you. How about we do this? How about we let Will kind of decide what he wants to do as far as, where he wants to go? And Will's mom is not having it. She's like, listen, I want to raise my son and, he's still a child. He's still my child. So, you're not replacing me or nothing like that. So, yeah, they kind of have like a tense moment. But, Aunt Viv really just wants Will to have all his opportunity. So, yeah, your boy Will is happy to see Trey. He's rocking his West Philly shirt. And Trey's looking at his Bel Air shirt. He's like, oh, Bel Air Academy. Oh, look at that, man. And he's like, yeah, that jersey must like burn your skin, because Trey really is all about Will coming back to Philly. He's asking him Will's asking Trey how's the team is doing. And he's like, yeah, we lost to this team, lost to that team, da-da-da-da. But once you come back, it's going to be all good. We're going to be winning again. And Trey just wants Will to come back so things will go back to normal in his world in West Philly. But yeah, Will definitely has his doubts. You could tell by his face. Now we see your girl Hilary in her finest moments. She's getting prepared to bring over the content creators that she's going to be staying with at a house, a big house that she's moving into. So she wants to impress them and have a dinner and have, the parents get to know them as well, to know that she's safe. Will is very impressed by the whole spread that she put together and everything that she put together. She's like, yeah, it's all good. Check this out. There's some cameras I put right here so nobody will see them, so people will just feel comfortable having dinner and it'll be all good. So Will is just on some like, hey, I'm really thinking about whether I'm going to stay or whether I'm going to go back to Philly. And, Hilary's just like, yo, there's so many opportunities out here. And, she's telling him like he has to make his own decision for himself. But in her opinion, she feels that he should stay because there is a lot more opportunities out here. And yeah, it's going to be better for him to be out there with them. So yeah, with all that being said, look at your boy Trey sneak in some wine. I mean, this guy is like getting drunk and everything. So of course they're doing selfies. You know how these content creators do. You know how we do. And here comes your boy Carlton. Carlton all stiff at the party. So yeah, they're ready to eat. They're ready to get it down, get it in. Then Uncle Phil, he stands up. He says, can I make a toast? Can I make an announcement? And he stands up and he talks about how proud he is of Hilary and that, yeah, she's going to be staying with you guys. She's leaving us, but she's going to be staying with you guys. And he knows that she's going to be in good care and that she's going to be all right. But hey, he's definitely showing how proud he is of Hilary and all that she has accomplished with this great spread and everything that she's about to do in the world. That daddy and daughter love is definitely real. So we see Carlton, he's just sitting there all stiff or whatever, right? And your boy Trey is looking at him, side-eyeing him. And he's like, what, man, what? And Trey's like, yo, man, just loosen up, man, just loosen up. He a little tipsy, and it's funny. It's like, yo, you got to loosen up. Carlton's looking at his hand like, are you seriously putting your hand on my shoulder? Right? So he's like, yeah, man, I know you're going to be happy because Will's coming back home, right? Because, that guy is Ghost, man. They took care of that guy. And yeah, Trey is just blabbing about how Uncle Phil, if it wasn't for Uncle Phil, Will be facing major charges. So he got him off and everything else like that. And Carlton is just listening to everything. He's like, really? Really? He's like, yeah. And then everything go back to normal and, you'll be the star again or whatever, right? So Carlton is just like really surprised because he did not know all the details of why Will is there. And he's looking at his dad, Uncle Phil, and he's really just on some like, I'm mad. He's mad. You know, he's always mad at somebody. Now he's mad at Uncle Phil. Why you always mad, kid? So now Will is looking at Trey like, yo, bro, calm down. Like you tripping. Like, go sit down, man. Go drink some water, right? So somebody brings in this tray, right? It's covered up and it starts moving. And they're like, yo, what is going on? What is going on with that? And it starts moving. Will's looking at it. He's like, yo, what is that? What is that? It started moving and bumping and they like, what is that? And everybody's pointing at it, don't know what it is, and it looks crazy. And it starts really going wild, and they're like, oh, they're all getting scared and jumping back. Look at Aunt Viv, like she holding on to Uncle Phil. And then Will uncovers it. And what is it? We thinking it's like lobster. Nah, it's some bear twerking. Some little bear twerking. And then one of the little guys, one of the little boys, influential guys, runs out and he's like naked or whatever. And it's a big prank that these guys are pulling on everybody there. And they're recording the whole thing. Everybody's laughing, but not everybody's laughing, right? So Uncle Phil goes into the office. He's kind of like just trying to wind down. And here comes your boy Carlton, boy. And Carlton's like, yeah, I heard about the real reason why Will is here. And then Uncle Phil's like, hey, close the door. We'll talk. Your boy Trey, man, he's so twisted. This dude is laying on the plate. And Will is like, come on, man, get up. Get up. We got to go, man. Right? So Hilary's just looking real proud of what she has accomplished. It pretty much, for the most part, it was a great night. And everybody was happy to be there. And she, again, is accomplishing her goals. So Uncle Phil is breaking down exactly what happened and what he had to do. And yeah, Carlton is really looking disappointed. He's like, so are you telling me that you pretty much broke the law in order to keep Will out of jail? And, Uncle Phil's just like, listen, he was going to be facing a whole lot of time if I didn't pull those strings and do what needed to be done, and this is what has to happen, man. We're family, so I did what I had to do. And Carlton's really on some like, so all that talk about honesty and, justice and everything. And, he's getting on that holier than thou stuff. And he's like, listen, Uncle Phil's like, listen, just keep this to us. Promise that you will keep this and don't say anything. This could hurt not only Will, it could hurt all of us. Just promise me you'll do that. He's like, I will promise you because that's the only thing that's real, my promise or whatever. So Carlton now is on some BS, man. So now we see your boy Will. He's reading that book, The Alchemist. And this guy, Carlton, just barges into Will's room. And Will's like, yo, you don't know how to knock? We talked about that. And Carlton's like, oh, what, are you going to pull a strap out on me now? He's like, yeah, I found out the reason why you're really here and what my dad had to do and everything else like that. Yeah, I knew you was about that BS, right? So she's like cursing him out. Will is just looking down, he's just like, oh, man, like he found out. And then Carlton's screaming on him like, you know what, man, you need to just go back to Philly and just go back. And another thing, stop talking to Lisa. I don't want her involved and connected with your mess. And man, this dude is just screaming on Will like Will is his son, man. Like, man. And Will is being cool. Usually Will, he would jump up and just knock him out, but Will is just like not saying a word. So now we see your boy. Next morning, your boy Uncle Phil. He's in there in the kitchen flipping flapjacks and all of that. And Will is ready to eat. Trey's ready to eat. And here comes Carlton. He got the little chip on his shoulder. He's like, yeah, so, he's like, you're going to go to this show with us, right? And Carlton's like, no, I'm not going to the show. I'm going to be meeting up with Lisa, for her party. It's like a dedication to her mom. And, Aunt Viv was just like, you sure? You don't want to go? And is everything all right? He's like, yeah, everything's fine. I'm just going to go because, Carlton's mad not only at Will, but he's mad at his dad as well. But he's being a little jerk about it. You know what I'm saying? He's just, So They just like, or whatever, yo. Uncle Phil, flip them flapjacks, man. Flip them flapjacks. Yeah, let me see. Trey's like, you must work at IHOP or something. Like he's like making jokes. So Will and Trey, they about to get ready to go and everything. They're excited about going and walking through, and they see Lisa and Carlton. And Will's like, yo, let's go this way. And Trey's like, nah, let me go. He just like goes over to Lisa, introduces himself and everything. And look at your boy Carlton. He's just stone-faced, just like he ain't saying nothing. So Will's like, okay, sorry to interrupt you. Let's go. Good to see you, Lisa. And he tries to get Trey to bounce, and they leave. And Lisa's like, yo, what's going on with Will? He seems kind of off. And Carlton's like, he's just being Will. He's just being Will. And he said, Trey is here as well. So, it is what it is. So we see Will and Trey and Uncle Phil, and they show up VIP, walking past everybody on the line. Dudes is taking pictures of them. And people are like, who the heck is this? Who are they? Like, what are they doing? Like, who these kids, right? So they're laughing. They're excited to just walk right by the whole line, looking at people. You know how it is. If you ever was in VIP or a TSA on the line and you pass a big line, you know how that feels, right? So they go in there. It's like, yeah, we're going to be able to meet, D Smoke. So D Smoke is giving pounds to people, meeting people, taking pictures with people. And D Smoke comes over and he's like, yo, what's going on? Yeah, D Smoke. And he's like, yo, this is Will. And this is my boy Trey. And Trey, he's like, yeah, Trey put me onto your music. And Trey just got his mouth open. And he's like, yeah, Trey's a little starstruck. And Trey's just like, yo, you D Smoke. He's like, yeah. And he's like, yo, you D Smoke. So Trey is just like really starstruck, definitely D Smoke. He's a dope artist as well. Salute to D Smoke for real. Now, we see Aunt Viv, and she is in the art gallery. And guess who shows up? Your boy Michael Ealy shows up out of nowhere with some wine, talking to Aunt Viv. And they're talking about the different pieces. And she is just like, yeah, I'm trying to just get some inspiration because I got a creative block right now. And, Michael Ealy's just going in. But see, he's like, yeah, I'm definitely in awe about all of your artwork and everything else like that. But he's giving more than just him admiring the artwork. He's giving some like, yeah, I'm feeling you vibes, calls her by her maiden name, says Vivian Smith. Oh, I'm sorry, Vivian Banks. You deserve to be on these walls too. And she's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready. He's like, well, I got something to show you. I got another piece that I want to show you. So he shows her a blank wall, right? A blank space. And she's like, well, that's kind of minimal for me. And he's like, listen, this is your space. This is reserved for you and your work. And she's like, I don't know if I'm ready. He's like, listen, you just got to jump in. You just got to go for it. And again, he's giving vibes like, yeah, you just got to go for it. Like on some like we need to get together type, but he's keeping it real kind of professional. But, he's on that line of like trying to get at Aunt Viv, but at the same time, try to inspire her to get back into it. So she's looking at that wall like, yeah, I can see my work on that wall and people actually liking it, right? So they met your boy D Smoke. They're excited about the concert. We go to the concert. They're about to watch it. They got the VIP seats. And, Will is on some like, yeah, if I stayed out here, then you can come every spring break, for the summer. And Trey's just like looking at him like, don't try to play me, man. You really trying to stay here, man. You're not trying to come back to Philly. And he's like, well, I didn't say I was. I didn't say I wasn't. I'm still trying to figure it out. And Trey just starts tripping. He's like, man, you've been lying. See, all this time I've been saying you coming back to Philly and all this and that, you just been rolling with me. And Trey really just goes in on Will. Like, yo, you fake. Like, I thought you was really down and now you're trying to be like Bel Air people. You turning your back on where you're from. And Will is just like, yo, man, chill. Like, it's not even like that, man. I'm just out here and, to me, it seems a little better. But Trey is just really like, yo, You was all crying, talking about you don't want to be in Bel Air and they're coming down on you and da. You want to come back to Philly. But now that I'm out here, you acting like you don't want to come back. You acting like you don't want to be down with West Philly no more. And he's really getting on Will. And Will's like, yo, get off my back, man. Like, seriously, man. And, yo, Trey is really bugging out. And he's not even, like, drinking. So they just stopped talking. And Will's just like, man, he's really flipping out on me, man. He really doesn't like it. And Trey, I don't know why you doing that, bro. Man, I don't know why you trying to make your boy feel that way. You know what I'm saying? It's another opportunity. It's an open opportunity. And we're going to get more into it. So now we see your boy Carlton trying to help out Lisa for the memorial of her mother. You know, her mother passed away. So she's like, yeah, you know, she really loves like, you know, Mardi Gras and everything else like that. So Carlton's like, yo, that's what we'll do. We'll bring Mardi Gras to the Banks estate and we'll just do that in dedication to your mom. And she's like, really? You gonna do that for me? He's like, yeah, you know. So, you know, Carlton's trying to get up in there and he gives a little hug or whatever. And yeah, she's just like, oh, you're the best, whatever. So they get out of their hug and Carlton starts looking in her eyes. And then he goes in for the kill. Dun, dun, dun. And she's like, whoa. She, like, back up. She's like, Carlton, I still feel the way I feel. Like, nah. And he backs up like, oh, shoot. Ah, damn. Like, man, you try to shoot your shot and you got shot down. And he's like, yeah, you know, yeah, it's okay. And then it's like real awkward because, yeah, I think Carlton kind of read it wrong. And, yeah, he tried to kiss her, but she was just like, no, sir, it's not going down. So now we got back with the boys. We got the boys, they're back, and you know, Will's just sitting there and Trey's going to get his charger. He's like, yo, so you're just not going to say nothing? You know, you're not going to say nothing now? Like, yo, what's up? He's like, I'm just getting my charger, right? Just getting my charger. And, you know, Trey is just really on some, like, he's really mad at Will because he was under the impression that Will was coming back. And, you know, really, Will doesn't have to come back if he doesn't want to. Like, you guys tell me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts. How do you think Trey is handling this? Like, I don't think he's handling it too well. So they start going in, and really, Trey kind of reveals who he really is. He's like, yeah, you got an opportunity for a better life, and you just going to leave us behind? You know, why should I be happy about that? And it's like Trey is hating on Will because he has an opportunity to see something greater than West Philly. He's like, yeah, you all rich and all this and that. And he's really revealing his true colors to Will. And Will is like, yo, man, only reason why I'm out here is because I try to save you from getting jumped. And I took your strap out. You the one that brought the strap. But then Trey is like, yo, you the one that was trying to prove yourself. You always try to prove yourself. And Will is just like, yo, I learned from it. I'm a better person now. So Trey tries to walk away and he tries to grab his arm and they get into it. And it gets to the point where, you know, Trey is on the floor and Will is about to hit him, and he's like, just get out of my room. Just get out of my room, right? And he calls him a Bel Air biatch, right? And walks out. So, yeah, they're now beefing, man. Trey is upset with Will. So, of course, Will's going to go to Aunt Viv, and, you know, he's just like, I don't know. Me and Trey got beef now, and, you know, he doesn't like the fact that I might not want to go back to Philly. And she keeps her promise because she's like, yeah, she was telling his mom that we're going to allow Will to make his own decision as to what he wants to do. But she's telling him, listen, you know, after what happened and you went to jail, you became a whole different person. You're not the same boys that you used to be. Boom. So now we see your boy Steve, played by Dwayne, right? And he's like, yeah, you know, we got some good news. We got some bad news. You want to see the good news? And here's the good news, right? So if you remember, you know, Hilary had those cameras and he was talking about how proud he is of Hilary and how she was like, you know, a little baby and she came out too early and he's proud of that she's grown. And here's the bad news. The bad news is that, yeah, at that roller skate rink, he was talking about defunding the police, and now they're making videos about Uncle Phil and saying vote no on Banks. So the campaign manager's like, see, man, you played it too far to the left. You should have played it in the middle. He's like, well, I was losing when I played it in the middle. And now that I took a stance, now I'm up in the polls. He's like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to continue to do what I do and keep my stance on where we stand. He's like, I'm glad I did that because now I'm up and they're scared because I'm up in the polls and I have a chance of winning. So now we're outside and we see the two boys obviously upset. You know, Will doesn't want him to leave. And, you know, Trey doesn't want Will to stay. But Will already pretty much made it up in his mind that that's what he wants to do. And Trey feels like, hey, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's not coming back. So Will's like, yo, you don't have to leave, man. He's like, yeah, I do. I do. And he's walking away. And, of course, Will is upset, man. That's his boy. You know, since, like, you know, that, I mean, you know, when you friends with somebody for a long time, it's like, and y'all get into an argument, it really hurts. He's like, yeah, man, you know, you can play it up and play to this, but I can't, you know. And your boy Will is just like, yo, there's a life outside of West Philly. And Trey's just like, not to me. You know, West Philly is his life. West Philly is where he wants to stay. And Will just wants to expand on his opportunities. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So, yeah, they had that moment where it's like, man, we was boys. I don't know if they're ever going to be boys again, but Will is moving forward with a new life, new opportunities, and, yeah, Trey's going back to where he was. So now we see Hilary. She's in the kitchen. You know, Aunt Viv comes in, and she's wearing this bracelet. She's like, yeah, you know, you don't have to wear it if you don't want to. And she's like, yeah, you're kind of critical. And she's like, listen, I'm proud of you. Hilary, I'm proud of you. And Hilary just jumps into her arms and just hugs her, hugs Aunt Viv. And she's like, that's all I wanted to hear. I just want to hear that you're proud of me. That's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear any criticisms. And she's like, yeah, of course I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, baby. I'm proud of your baby. You know, they have their moment, right? So now Will calls his mom. And, of course, he's upset. He's telling her that, yeah, Trey left and he's upset. But he's also telling his mom that he wants to stay in Bel Air. And she's like, but, baby, you know, it's me and you. It's me and you. And he's like, listen, you told me about, you know, when I'm ready to wear my crown, I'm going to be ready to wear it. And now I think I'm ready to wear my crown and keep it moving out here and just see what life is going to be like out here. Of course, she's upset about it. You can tell by her face. She's upset about it, but she's like, you know what? I support you in everything that you do. Whatever you want to do. She's like, okay. And, of course, he's hurt, man. Like, he's hurt. Like, Trey just left. Now he's telling his mom he wants to stay. Look at that face. You know, that's that disappointing mom face right there. You know, I've seen that on my mom before. I think you've seen it on your mom. You know, man, like, it's like I'm just disappointed, you know. But, again, this is what Will has to do. This is what he wants to do. He wants to start a new life out here. And, you know, she has to support him on that. Like, he made his decision. This is what he wants to do. And it's better for him out there. You know, he knows that. He feels that. He wants to move forward. He wants to grow. And that's exactly what has to happen. So that is the recap, fam, of episode 5 of Bel Air. Man, I'll tell you for real, I like this show. I really, really like this show. And I know you guys, if you're watching, you're liking this show. You're loving this show too. And it's getting better and better and better. Will and Trey get it together. Will they get back together as friends? Is Carlton really going to continue to press up on Lisa? Is Lisa going to give him an opportunity? We don't know, but we shall see in the upcoming episodes of season 1 of Bel Air. Definitely drop your thoughts and your theories. I appreciate your love and your support always. And you know what it is. It's your man, VACAY-J. And until next time, salute.